If you want to get in the groove, mask up to get down, and make sure you stay 6 feet from stardom. Today, on A Place of Our Own, helping your restaurant quality cooking skills without being under the watchful eye of Padma Lakshmi might not be that fun or sexy, but don't let that rattle your inner top chef. Welcome, I'm Pete Charles Sesko, and this is the thrift store rundown's Place of Our Own. A Place of Our Own was designed just for you. Kids, teens, Generation Zers, millennials, baby boomers, anyone who wants to bring Hollywood to the classroom on a budget. As you know, every interaction you have with your favorite celebrity or fellow fandom friend is a very important learning opportunity that you can apply to your everyday life. So when it comes to educating yourself about the wonderful world of pop culture, TSR is committed to helping you make the grade. In fact, we are your first and coolest teacher. Welcome to Advanced Home Ec. Attendance mandatory. Totes optional. I have one here, but for some reason, it just doesn't fit me. See? Way too small. Well, regardless of if you wear a ridiculously small toque like this, or a gargantuan one, which is so not recommended but does make you look a little bit sharp, we're about to take your cooking to top levels. Why? Because we have here Tom Colicchio's Think Like a Chef Cookbook, a Clarkson Potter publication purchase for 25% off the price of $4.99. This isn't restaurant cooking scaled down for the home cook. This is real restaurant cooking and real secret restaurant cooking techniques that you're about to learn so that you can become top of the class in cooking. Right now on the Thrift Store Rundown's Place of Our Own, totes optional. This will stand as our 4th top chef related item here on the channel. Yes, I have the cookbook and a Parade magazine feature with none other than a smoking co-host, Emmy nominee Padma Lakshmi, and the Quickfire Challenge game, which I judge to be the lamest of all 3. This is number 4. This is not really a case of thinking like a home cook. This is restaurant cooking, along with restaurant techniques that we really have already heard of, but haven't practiced yet. So I would just judge this as a general rehash of 5 basic techniques: roasting, braising, blanching, stock making, and sauce making. All very easy to master, yet some of the most fundamental core techniques used in the greatest restaurants in the country. We have here 3 in-depth character studies on roasted tomatoes, mushrooms, and braised artichokes, along with several recipes utilizing them to their full potential. We have here 3 trilogies, comprising in total 9 ingredients. If there's one thing us cinema-loving folks love more than sequels, as long as they're done right, they're trilogies. And I think in this instance they're going to be done tops. Asparagus, ramps, and morels, lobster, peas, and pasta, which is what we'll focus on, and duck, root veggies, and apples. Component cooking, which involves a fair amount of mise en place, treating each individual component separately with the utmost care and bringing everything together at the very end to make something quite deliciously special. Spring and summer veggies, as well as fall veggies. We'll be focusing on the spring veggies, plus a few of Tom's general favorites, including the spectacularly delicious sounding chicken soup. And that's about it. Also, this book relies heavily on the premise that less is more. Utilizing the minimal amount of ingredients, the least amount of ingredients possible, the most minimal I will say, for lack of a better term, to get maximum flavor. Because that's oftentimes a really cool technique used in restaurant cooking. Lobster, peas, and pasta, because that just screams springtime to me. I don't know about you, what particular trifecta of ingredients spring the most seasonal to you? Let me know. Pasta with peas is my son Dante's favorite dish. No recipe needed, it's just what it sounds like. Plus a little butter and salt. But if pasta with peas needs a little one-upsmanship in the flavor department, you can utilize basic boiled lobster to make fettuccine with lobster and peas. Very basic, very delicious sounding. He also gives you a recipe for basic pasta dough. There's chilled pea soup with lobster, pasta, and pea salad. Spiced roasted lobster with pea ravioli. Lobster spice. That's a homemade spice rub to put on lobster. Lobster butter, and lobster risotto with peas. As for the spring veggies, springtime in New York City is more than just a change in weather. It's a change in attitude. You can almost hear the collective sigh of relief as curbside snow yields to puddles, and our intermittent trees bud. The feeling of anticipation is everywhere. At the same time, the green markets start to come alive with vegetables appearing that tickle the senses in subtle ways, unlike the full-blown steamed stealers of summer. So, let's put spring vegetables in the spotlight and give them their own scene. Pickled ramps to start with, followed by pan-roasted ramps, a certain type of mushroom, I think. Pan-roasted spring onions, rhubarb chutney, fava bean with pecorino salad and prosciutto, Swiss chard cannelloni with chanterelle sauce, and pan-roasted asparagus. Now, as I said, this is just a general rehash of 5 basic yet fundamental techniques we already know about, yet some of us have not actually practiced, so really you're not going to learn anything new. The photography is plentiful in quality and quantity, and it's decent. And really, this is not a case of dumbing down any restaurant recipe to make it more accessible for the home cook. This is restaurant cooking utilizing 5 core restaurant techniques. A groundbreaking volume when it was published in 2000, the thoughtful deconstruction of the chef's craft from top chef's formidable head judge Tom Colicchio is the perfect manual for a new generation of culinary professionals and passionate cooks everywhere. This retails for $22.50 in the US and $27 in Canada, and for all it's worth, it gets 4.5 out of 5 claps. Really, I liken this to a masterclass between 2 soft covers. And unlike that other masterclass with several celebrity chefs, which I have to say is way too surreal in its awesomeness and in its steep price tag, this is one masterclass that you won't have to pay top dollar for to earn top marks in the kitchen. And you have one top chef to thank for that. This class is now dismissed, but remember, if you missed any lessons in this series, be sure to check out my back-to-school playlist, Too Cool for School, which you can find through a link in the description. And be sure to subscribe and click the bell. And remember, when it comes to bringing Hollywood to the classroom on a budget, TSR is committed to helping you make the grade. That's why we are your first and coolest teacher. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time on the flip side on A Place of Our Own.